Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another episode of yours truly shitting on everyone's favorite game, NBA2K25, because I still have a lot more to say about this game, I'm not gonna lie. You can see I actually have 2K25 gameplay for this, and that's a rarity on this channel, I'm not gonna lie. I've been too lazy to get on this game because it's so dog shit, but about an hour ago, I hopped in the random theater, the random 3v3, whatever the fuck, right? And I actually had fun and got decent randoms, and we ran up a big-ass streak. We ran on like a 15-20 streak here with these two guys. Shout out to them. We actually went on a pretty big streak, and I had fun playing this shit. I'm not going to lie. So, anyway, let me hop into the topic of today's video, which is the shooting in 2K25. And this isn't just going to be me shitting on the shooting. We all obviously know it's terrible, but there have been a lot of updates from a lot of people about the shooting in the game, and I want to take the time today to talk about it. Alright, so for those of you guys who have seen my other 2K rant videos, right, you will know that my biggest critique with the shooting in the game is the RNG and not having a pure green window. And if you don't know what I mean by either of those, RNG means random number generator, which means it's completely random every time you shoot. And what I mean by a pure green window is every time you take a shot, even if you time it perfectly, you're not going to make it every time. It's completely random whether or not the shot goes in because there is no pure green window. It fluctuates every time you shoot, which is where the random number generator thing comes in, because literally every time you put up a shot this year, it is completely random and the green window moves all over the place. And I've been saying this since my first ever 2K25 video. And people were calling me crazy, saying I'm just ass, blah, 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 right? Okay. I want all of you to look at your screens right now and look at this from 2K Labs. This is from 2K Labs' official YouTube channel, okay? This is a test that they did for 6 jump shots. They did 6 jump shots in the exact same place, catch and shoots, the exact same way on high risk, high reward shot profiles, right? And oh, look at this. I'm not crazy. Look, the first shot, the green window is there. The second shot, the green window moves to the right. The third shot, the green window moves back. The fourth shot, the green window moves back to the right. The fifth shot, if you time it the exact same way, it's barely going to be in the front of the green window. And the sixth shot, if you time it the same way, isn't even in the fucking green window. So, oh, it looks like I'm not crazy, you fucking retards. The game is actually stupid. The game has RNG in the shooting. It's almost like I've been saying this, and all of you fucking bot retards who go into the comments and say, oh, you're just trash, that's a skill issue. It's almost like you're all retarded. Again, here is the proof on your screen. And to clear something up, the way that they have it on this graph is not how it's going to go every time you shoot. It's completely random every time you shoot. You could get any one of these little boxes. So your first shot could be where it is, and your second shot could be number 6. It could be all the way to the right. You can time your shot the exact same way, and you're going to miss it, and you're going to say to yourself, what the fuck? How is that not green? I timed it the exact same. Well, you can thank Ronnie 2K for the RNG fucking nonsense in this game, because there's no pure green window. Every time you take a shot, it's Ronnie deciding whether or not, hey, do I want this shot to go in or do I want to fuck this guy over? And usually they choose to fuck you over, but it's a little bit of a 50-50 chance there. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, even without those graphs, that the shooting in this game is stupid with the RNG, but let's move off the RNG, because that's only one of the ways that the shooting actually sucks in this game, okay? Here's another way that it sucks. They just force you to use rhythm shooting because it is so much better than normal shooting with a button. And you might be asking yourself, if you don't play this game a lot, what is rhythm shooting? And it's hard to describe to you without me actually showing you my controller with my hands, but basically, instead of shooting with your shot button, right, when you're going to catch and you're going to shoot the ball, instead of shooting with your with square or with X if you're on Xbox or PlayStation, whatever, you pull the stick down, right? And that's how you determine the tempo of your shots. So you have to pull the stick down to start your shot, and you hold it down until your player puts his hand into the shooting motion and is about to push the ball. Now, once your player is about to push the ball, you flick your stick up, and then if you time it properly when your player is pushing the ball away from his face, about to shoot the ball, you will green the shot, okay? And 2K intended to add this as a skill gap, right? To make shooting harder for competitive players, to give them an edge. And in theory, it's fine. But I want to talk about why it's stupid, specifically in this game, for the way that they implemented it. So again, in theory, rhythm shooting is a great idea to add a skill gap to shooting, because there really is no skill gap to shooting. If you know how to time your jump shot, that's really it. And it's not that hard to learn how to time your jump shot in these games. So the idea of rhythm shooting, again, is good, but my issue is the way that they implemented it. Rhythm shooting is so much better than shooting normally. It's ridiculous. And they nerfed the living shit out of shooting with the button and added RNG to shooting with the button, so more people will shoot by doing rhythm shooting, okay? And it's stupid. And if you don't believe me, here's a tweet from Spillboy, who I believe is the owner of 2K Labs, but if he's not, he is a very, very reliable person to get details from, because he, at the very least, as far as I know, works at 2K Labs. And he said today, what if I told you the rhythm shooting green window was 70% bigger compared to using the button? Okay? Anyone with a brain can understand that that is way too broken and that is stupid. I don't know whose idea that was. But in case you also think Spillboy is lying, even though he literally works for 2K Labs, here is a graph from 2K Labs on your screen right now. Look how much bigger this graph here, by the way, is rhythm shooting versus shooting with the button, and it's comparing how many shots you make in the percentages, right? Look how much bigger the rhythm shooting green window is. That is absurd. It's clearly a gimmick that 2K implemented in here, by the way, the rhythm shooting, because you can clearly see how much they shrunk the green window compared to last year of shooting with the button. Basically what they did is they nerfed the living shit out of shooting with the button and added a shit ton of RNG into the game so that more people have to gravitate who want to be competitive and learn what rhythm shooting is. This is literally the definition of a shitty gimmick. Again, rhythm shooting could have been cool in concept, but the way they implement it into this game is terrible. And I'm going to be honest with you, as someone who plays 2K pretty competitively, I said this in my last video and I'll say it again, 95 win percentage every single season on 2K25, okay? As someone who plays the game competitively, I'm not learning this bullshit because it is clearly just a gimmick. I'll deal with shooting with the button because as a guard, it's so complicated to rhythm shoot. I already have to worry about quick stopping, peeking around screens, deciding whether or not I'm going to throw the slip. Is the guard closing out on me that's defending me? Is my center going to have the slip? I have to be doing so many things at once on the court. My brain cannot do... My brain can't add something else in rhythm shooting where I also have to be thinking about pushing down the stick and pushing up the stick and watching the visual cue and watching this. There's too much shit going on. Point guards are already stressed out enough in this game. I do not need to add stressing out about my jump shot now on top of that. It's ridiculous. So in summary here, it's a bunch of bullshit and it's a shitty gimmick and I hate it. So now let's move on to, I don't know if this is the biggest problem. I think the two things I've said are a bigger problem than this, but this is definitely the third biggest problem, but all of the problems I've mentioned in this video are gigantic. Now let's talk about the contest system, okay? The contest system in this game is just absolute fucking garbage. The majority of shots when they're well defended just show up as open. It doesn't matter how high your perimeter is. It's stupid. I don't know whose idea this was to just make contests impossible to get in this game. I genuinely don't know. But another point that I want to make real quick is with how shitty this contest system is, if you buff shooting, you can't contest a shot. So people are going to be shooting like 80 to 90% out here. It's going to be fucking wild. So I want to make that clear right now. I do not want to buff shooting. I want to remove the RNG from shooting. But anyway, if you don't believe me that this contest system in this game is just god-awful and inconsistent and stupid, let's watch a clip here from Laker Fan. And if you don't know who Laker Fan is, he is probably the best pure slasher on this game. Just straight up, his Pro-Am team, long awaited, is one of the best teams in the world. Top 10 every year, wins a lot of tournaments. I want you to watch this clip from him because he's very knowledgeable and goes really in depth with gameplay. So let's watch this clip.
The kind of issue that we're talking about in today's video is contesting the shot with no hands up versus just in general. Like, look at this. Apollo's gonna get jump contested right here. It's a wide open. I mean, there's a lot wrong about the shot contest in this game. Like, for instance, Bonnie right there on a 5'9" is, you know, putting his hand up and getting open. However, you're gonna say 5'9s, you know, they're not gonna get any contest no matter what you do. Well, look at this. He's not jumping at him or anything like that. He's not putting his hand up. He puts it up late, but that's after the shot has already come out. Let's break that down one more time. So like you can see, he's pretty much out of the play. Now he's putting his hand up after the ball's already released. Take a guess for me what the contest is, because I know your preconceived notion, if you haven't watched anything else in the video yet, or haven't really been aware of this whole topic in the video, is that he's a 5'9". He's not going to get a contest regardless. Guess what it is? A very tight. Have you even seen that contest in this year's game?
Alright, so if you guys want to watch his full video, there's a link to it at the top of the description, but I think that video straight up speaks for itself. What further is there for me to say about how broken the shot contest system is? You all saw it with your own eyes. A 6'7" player, or whoever tall that lockdown was, I'm assuming the guy was on like a 6'7" or a 6'8" lockdown, maybe 6'6", right? Him jumping in the guy's face, full on leaping forward into the guy to contest the shot, is a wide open. But the other guy, who's on a fucking 5'9" player, just standing right in front of the guy, not reaching, not putting his hand up, nothing, just standing there in front of him, that is a very tight contest. So that video perfectly encapsulates what I'm talking about when I say the shot contest system is terrible and it's inconsistent. Alright, so hopefully, if you made it to the end of the video, I'm able to convince you that there are a lot of problems in this game, and I'm able to show that to you with the shooting, and a patch is definitely needed. The chances of 2K actually doing a good job with the patch and fixing the problems we actually ask about, who knows? They're probably not going to. I wouldn't get my fucking hopes up. I don't think this game's going to get any better, to be quite honest with you, but anyway, hopefully I've shown you that there are a lot of problems with the shooting. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, if you want to watch Laker Fan's full video where he breaks down the shot contests and why they're stupid, there's a link to it at the top of the description. I highly advise you watch him and that video. He makes great content, but that's the end of this rant here. And I also want to take a second to thank all of you for every single comment, like, and all the support I've been getting on my recent videos. It has been absolutely ridiculous how quickly my channel is growing from only about 20 videos. It's insane, so don't think I take the support or any of this for granted, man. I could not be more thankful for all of the amazing comments that you guys are dropping down there and all the love that you're showing. I'm even thankful to the retards that are down there just talking shit and spamming skill issue every video. Fuck it, bro. Oh my god, voice crack of doom. That means it's time to end this video, but thank you all for watching to the end of this. It really does mean a lot to me, and I will see you all in my next video. Peace.